Hello students, hope you all are doing good. In this lecture, I am going to discuss transportation in plants. So first of all, we should understand the plants have low energy needs. Why they have low energy needs? First of all, they are stationary, they are immobile, they cannot move. And large proportion of cells in plants are dead cells. So that is why they require less energy. Now let us see how the food and water is being transported in plants, starting with transport of water. So there is a conducting tissue which is a permanent tissue, mature cells called as xylem. It is a part of complex permanent tissue made up of different types of cells. So we have vessels, tracheids, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. So xylem is a dead tissue. Only the parenchymatous cells are the living part of the xylem. So vessels and tracheids together of the roots, stem and leaves, they are interconnected with each other and they help in the transportation of water. We should remember that the flow of water through xylem is unidirectional, means from roots to the upper extremities of the plant body. Now, how does water move through the xylem? Firstly, the root cells, they are in contact with the soil and they are taking up ions. So there is a concentration gradient where in the roots the concentration of water is high as compared to the stem. So this concentration gradient or the concentration difference leads to the steady movement of water upper into the upper part of the stem from the roots. So through the process of osmosis, this process of transportation of water starts. So we can say that a column of water is created which pushes the water upwards. Now to push water in xylem to the highest point in a tall tree if we talk about, what process starts? That is transpirational pull. So to understand transpirational pull, let us first talk about transpiration. Children, it is loss of water in the form of vapor from the aerial parts of the plant. So that is the leaves. So from that there is loss of water. So what will happen? The water concentration in leaves will become low. Yes, as compared to the roots. So that is why you can say naturally, automatically, simultaneously and spontaneously, the water will move through this pull or push which is created due to loss of water from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. So evaporation of water from cells of the leaf, it creates a suction which is going to pull the water from the xylem cells of roots called as transpirational pull. Now let us see the other advantages of transpiration. Firstly, it creates a cooling effect in the plant body or it helps in temperature regulation. It helps in absorption and as well as movement of water and minerals upwards. During the daytime, point to be noted, during the daytime, when stomata are open, transpirational pull will be the major driving force for the movement of water. And at night time, actually, the osmosis or the concentration gradient will be the main thing because stomata will be closed at night. As we know that the main process of photosynthesis occurs during daytime rather than the night time. Now let us look at how the transportation of food takes place. Actually, the transportation of food is also called as translocation. It is transport of soluble products of photosynthesis through phloem. Phloem again is a complex permanent tissue and it is made up of different types of cells. One is the sieve tubes, mainly through that the bidirectional flow of food starts. Why bidirectional? Because it has to deliver the storage organs of roots and fruits, seeds and other growing organs. So it will lead in two directions. First, energy is utilized in this process in the form of ATP. So what is happening actually? Again, there is osmotic difference. Again, through the process of concentration gradient, this transport is happening. Now how? Actually, the glucose which is produced in the process of photosynthesis is being converted to sucrose as a reserve food material. Now with the help of ATP through the phloem, what happens in the leaf? The osmotic pressure will increase. Yes, why? Because the concentration of the solute is more. So the water will move inside again by the process of osmosis. So this actually allows phloem to move materials in accordance to the plant needs. So wherever there will be less food, there it will be pushed. So that is how the transportation through the phloem is happening. Now, main important thing, the take home message is that in xylem, the flow is unidirectional, means from roots to the upper extremities. And in case of phloem, the direction is two ways, means it is bidirectional, means from the leaves to the upper parts of the body, plus from the leaves to the fruits, roots, growing regions to different regions. So that is why it is a bidirectional flow. Another difference is that the xylem, the flow over there of water is very much simultaneous, as well as you can say spontaneous. No energy is required. But in case of phloem, energy is utilized. So these are the differences between transportation of food and water in plants.